that today we are entering a new phase of the labor movement? We have labor laws in this country. They were fought for and won by workers, by the labor movement 7 decades ago. Those victories have made life better for the working class, but they were not for everyone. They excluded farm workers and domestic workers, among others. That exclusion has its roots in slavery. Southern members of Congress, in their racism, refused to allow African American workers in the South to build political power through organizing. In order for laws like the Fair Labor Standards Act, cornerstone laws like the National Labor Relations Act to be passed, they insisted on those workers being excluded. In the South, even as racial justice movements pushed open doors for African American workers, right to work for less states, laws in the South have still excluded workers from organizing. And over time, more and more workers have fallen outside of the protection of labor laws. Over time, informal work, low-wage work has expanded. We live in a different economy from when the labor laws were passed. It's globalized, it's service-driven, no longer rooted in manufacturing. Most of us have been working in jobs that have been excluded or seen as marginal or shadow economy jobs. As each day moves forward in the wake of economic crisis, more and more workers are experiencing conditions like those of us that have been excluded. Insecurity, disappearing jobs, lack of benefits and bargaining power. And as neoliberalism has given employers more power, it is harder and harder, even for those workers who are covered by labor laws, to assert their rights and to form unions to collectively bargain. It is becoming clearer to millions of workers around the country that the laws have failed us, particularly the right to organize. Without the human right to form a union and collectively bargain, we are all rendered vulnerable to indentured servitude. But there is good news. Despite being excluded from the labor laws, we have organized. We have built organizations and movements. We have changed the face of this country. We have been winning. We have won against Taco Bell. We have won against Taco Bell, against the New York State government. We have won against the Restaurant Association, against big, powerful employers. Look around you. Take a second to look around you. Your brothers and sisters in this room have been on the front lines of some of the most inspiring labor organizing in the history of this country. We have a leadership role to play in changing conditions for all workers. We must help lead the way for new labor laws in this country, for the human right to organize. For domestic workers, today is like a dream come true. Am I right? It's like a dream come true. One of our slogans is, we have a dream that one day all work will be valued equally. We believe that in this room are the leaders of a movement that will change this country and the world so that all work will be valued, respected, protected, and dignified. Right now, in case you didn't already feel it when Jaribu was singing, we are standing in the doorway to a new labor movement. Excluded workers, union members, poor people, a renewed and vibrant, powerful movement of the working class. Are you ready to step through? Are you ready to step through? I can't hear you. Are you ready to step through? All right. So I'd like to introduce you now to our first round of inspiring speakers who will speak truth to power, who will